Underneath the buzz, the metaverse is making its way into the world in anticipated and unforeseen ways. This video will talk about spending an hour in the metaverse. Let's get started. Some of the new experiences available through headsets and mixed reality will be right in your face, quite literally, while other consequences will be more brutal to detect. With any new category, we may expect both intentional and unforeseen innovations and experiences, with the stakes in terms of security being higher than one might expect at first glance. When a new technology is introduced, an inherent social engineering advantage can be used. A recognizable face, literally, such as an avatar impersonating a coworker, might be the source of fraud and phishing assaults in the metaverse, rather than a deceptive domain name or email address to target your identity. If we do not take action now, these dangers could become deal breakers for businesses. Given that there will be no single metaverse platform or experience, interoperability is also essential. When it comes to virtual meeting spaces, for example, trust cannot stop at the doorway, it must extend to the interactions and apps within. Otherwise, security uncertainty will leave people wondering what to say or do in a new virtual space, creating gaps that hackers can exploit. This gets us to the significance of these early days. For the metaverse, we only have one chance at the beginning of this age to develop precise, core security principles that foster trust and peace of mind for those who participate in virtual world experiences. Without using this opportunity, we will unnecessarily hinder the adoption of technologies that have significant promise for increasing accessibility, collaboration, and the conduct of businesses. The security community must work together to establish the groundwork for a safe environment to work, shop, and play. By 2026, we could be spending an hour or more per day in the metaverse. But what exactly are we going to be doing there? According to a new study, the metaverse will be where a quarter of us will spend at least an hour working, studying, shopping, and socializing by 2026. The technology research firm, Gartner, predicts that about 30% of the world's enterprises will have metaverse products and services available to them as well. According to the business, the metaverse would be a single universe that will bring together people's activities on the internet. Studying in virtual classrooms, creating virtual homes, and purchasing digital land are just a few activities that we may all be engaged in together. Gartner expects that the metaverse will impact every firm that consumers deal with daily. Gartner predicts that the metaverse will include a virtual economy, which will consist of digital currencies and non-fungible tokens or NFTs, among other things. NFTs are one-of-a-kind digital tokens that may be used to purchase, possess, and sell digital or physical assets on the internet, such as music, art, and real estate, among others. Gartner also forecasts that businesses will be able to better engage and interact with their employees through immersive workspaces and virtual workplaces, according to the company. Businesses will not be required to develop infrastructure for this, because it will be provided by the metaverse, saving them money. The metaverse is being heralded as the next step in expanding the internet's capabilities. It is referred to as extended reality, abbreviated as XR for short. Augmented reality or AR, virtual reality or VR, and mixed realities are all included in this. AR is the actual world with a digital overlay, similar to how video games work. VR is an entirely digital world. Furthermore, AR integrates the physical and digital worlds. The metaverse will be accessible only through the use of headsets. Currently, it is expected that headset shipment volumes will overtake those of gaming consoles within the next 2 to 3 years. When Facebook changed its name to Meta last year, it intended to become a metaverse firm. Microsoft and Sony are just a few companies preparing for explosive development in the virtual world. Both companies have recently acquired game developers and are developing next-generation headgear. According to the New York Times, brands that have previously purchased advertising space on websites and billboards are now purchasing digital acreage in the metaverse. Property in the metaverse has appreciated by up to 500% in value since Facebook unveiled its ambitions for the metaverse in 2013. As a result, land in the metaverse, where many people congregate, will become more desirable, just as land in the actual world will become more precious. The metaverse evolved from literary text pondering to unlimited technological reality in 2021. This immersive, digital alternative to the physical world was first mentioned in a 1992 science fiction novel, by Neil Stephenson and later referenced in other science fiction settings, such as Ready Player One. It is a place where virtual avatars can come together to work, pursue hobbies, shop, or otherwise gather to engage in online communities and explore the digital space. Those unfamiliar with the term Metaverse should be aware that it is a simulated digital environment that employs augmented reality, virtual reality, and blockchain technologies, as well as concepts from social media, to create spaces for rich user interaction that are designed to mimic real-world environments. The Metaverse has also been described as a place where customers can associate with one another, interface with one another, and transport themselves and their belongings across multiple digital locales. Models that ring a bell include gaming and creator stages, such as Roblox, Epic Games' Fortnite, or Manticore Games' Core. Users and their avatars can constantly shift, beginning with one virtual environment and progressing to the next. This is the point in our digital lives when our online identities, experiences, relationships, and assets surpass the significance of our physical lives in our minds. We are no longer able to distinguish them from our physical selves. This viewpoint emphasizes the human experience, resulting in the transition to the metaverse being viewed as a societal movement rather than a technological one. The metaverse, which builds on much of the innovation that has enabled virtual worlds in video games, will allow us to associate through workouts rather than merely associating through the exchange of images and news feeds. When it comes to working, the metaverse is increasingly used to envisage the future. This is helping to pave the way for a time when reality and actual working surroundings will no longer be required. Would you be able to foresee a time when only augmented reality glasses would suffice to get you started on your workday? Even if this is the case, play-to-procure games, and even games that are not blockchain-based, are another way the metaverse is seeing massive openings for development. Because there are so many gamers on the earth, the natural next step is to bring that segment of the population together in an internet-based reality that can provide them with more intuitive and economically rewarding games than they previously could. Is the metaverse a more preferable alternative to our current reality? This is almost likely a question that has crossed your mind. Experiencing a world shift from reality to blockchain-driven virtual reality and digitalization has been a significant transformation throughout the last few years. The current advancement of the metaverse pattern is the most significant advancement made by the world's leading innovators in recent history. Despite this, there are some negative aspects. Affectionately known as the Google hater, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt despises the advancement of the metaverse. He acknowledges that it has the potential to destroy relationships if people begin to forego real life in favor of virtual life, becoming excessively attracted to their virtual counterparts of themselves. Different scenarios, some of which would have seemed unthinkable a decade ago, should also be considered. In an ideal world, a person would receive an offer from a superior open door in the virtual world in exchange for the very work that they have been accomplishing in the real world. Individuals, will they lose their true personalities if they expend excessive energy on a stage where they become the best version of themselves if they do this? What measures will be taken to ensure that youngsters are not harmed due to spending time online in metaverses? And that brings us to the end of our video. Which part of the metaverse did you enjoy the most? Do you think it is possible to spend more time in the metaverse without any side effects? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Hit that bell icon to catch the latest video as soon as it's out. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.